Hey everybody, First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brian. Panovich, quick 9 a.m. update. I'm going to do probably a couple more frequent updates today as the system gets closer. This is the latest watches, warnings, and advisories. Just a quick update. Everything in pink is a winter storm warning. Includes Raleigh, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Greensboro, as well as Asheville. On the edges, we've got winter storm watches up for parts of Chester County, Chesterfield County, and then some winter weather advisories, which are in the purple. So that kind of lays out where we have the advisories. Let me show you the radar right now. I might turn it on if it'll pop up here. We'll turn on the radar. And the thing we noticed this morning that the rain, and this is all rain right now with some sleet mixed in, most of the stuff that's reaching the ground is right in here. This is that Virga. This is moving in about, I'd say, 4 to 6 hours quicker than I anticipated, but it doesn't really change totals because we expect it to be rain for quite some time. The overall system, you can see it taking shape back to the west. There's a lot of moisture. So the bulk of the storm is still down here. This is the overrunning going on with what is basically going to be a little front as the high pumps in. Now, this is not going to change over to any wintry weather, though there could be sleet mixing in at times. You know, surface temperatures are going to stay above freezing here. I'm going to show you the surface temperatures. I'll show you dew points in a second, but surface temperatures are generally in the 30s and 40s, but above freezing. Now, in the mountains, we could see this change to snow this afternoon. Let me show you the dew points, because the reason I want to show you the dew points for a couple reasons is that Arctic high to the north is advecting in. So those really low dew points and dry air is pushing in at the same time the moisture is coming in. So these dew points and temperatures will drop with time as the system approaches from the southwest. So don't be freaked out, but there's rain already, that it's going to get bad now. It's still tonight. After sunset until about midnight is when things deteriorate. This is when the system really cranks up and the moisture moves in. And what's likely going to happen is even this evening, we'll see the snow and sleet start up here as the cold air works in. And the cold air is going to be working this way. So the snow sleet line will work down from the south as the moisture moves in, or moves down to the south as the moisture moves in from the south. So you'll see this weird thing where the rain snow line will start here and then start working its way down to the south over time. And that's going to take most of tonight. So that's not going to happen today. That'll happen tonight. But let me show you how the guidance is starting to indicate how things will unfold here in the next 12 to 24 hours. So here's a look at the guidance. This is actually one of our models we look at. And again, there's going to be a little fine detail that the model won't pick up, but this will give you a general idea of how things unfold. This is 9 o'clock this morning. We'll go into the afternoon hours. Again, the rain will pick up, and notice the snow starting to pick up in the mountains. This is mainly because we have higher elevations there. And even up here in the northern mountains, this is likely going to change to snow pretty quickly. You can see by tonight, there's some indications of maybe some snow or sleet mixing in, but it's really after about 11 p.m. tonight. So this is 11:24 tonight, and this is why I say, once you get closer to midnight, especially across the Piedmont, things start to get interesting. Up here, this will happen this evening. And again, it shows some snow, rain, and sleet mixing in. Don't get caught up in specific types because it's going to be bouncing back and forth. This is 12:30 a.m. We'll go to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So you can kind of see how things overnight deteriorate pretty quickly across their area. The blue is all snow. The pink is a mix, and red is just strictly freezing rain. So you could see this is mainly a mix of sleet, snow, and rain across most of the area. Let me tilt this so it's a little bit easier to see. And we'll go through time. You see 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, is going to be the worst weather. It's going to be miserable here. After midnight tonight, none of that has really changed right now. The worst weather will be Sunday morning into the early afternoon. You could see around noon tomorrow, we start to see that ice and probably sleet mixing in, heading north pretty quickly. There's a lot of sleet mixing in here. Excuse me, my cursor is going crazy here. So that sleet line is really mixing in and going north. Now, this is going to accumulate up here. Could cut down snow totals a little bit there, but around Charlotte, this really doesn't change things that much when you look at this. The problem is it changes the ice at some point Sunday afternoon, and all that ice sits there for a while until Sunday evening. Here we are about almost 7 o'clock. Here's 8 o'clock, and then we start to see rain possibly mix back in. So tomorrow will be a weird day. Snow to sleet to ice to rain at some point. And then going into Monday, the cold air starts to spill back in on the backside, and we see it changing back over from rain back to snow as that cold air moves in from the northwest. So as we go through time on Monday, you can see the snow working back in. And this will be that secondary burst of snow that comes in. Again, there's a lot of green showing up here, but the model's having a tough time indicating the cold air aloft, so this will likely be a rain-snow mix, and some of this could be a burst of really heavy snow. As far as totals, I haven't really changed much here. You could see across Charlotte South, 2 to 4 is still looking pretty good. Because a lot of this is going to be rain and sleet and ice, it's going to cut down the totals. Very confident in here. There's probably an area in here where we're going to see a huge swing from a couple inches to a whole bunch of snow. But as I mentioned last night, the spread between 9 inches and 2 inches is only about 30 miles. That's only about a 30-mile distance. So that little wiggle room is going to cause all kinds of issues for somebody seeing a lot more and someone seeing a lot less. Now, ice, this thing is going to be horrible. Any kind of snow or sleet we get tonight and really on Sunday is then going to get a coating of ice on it Sunday afternoon. And this is my biggest concern of all, is that we get that, quarter to a half an inch of ice in some locations. I don't think it'll be a half an inch. Greensboro looks a little crazy, but I think we're probably looking more at a quarter to 3/10 of an inch on top of that snow that I just showed you. That's bad news. So everything's still on tap. I mean, there's really nothing that's pointing to this not unfolding the way we expected. It's really going to be now a nowcasting thing, to be honest with you. As this gets closer, I'll turn the radar back on. But I will admit this morning that the rain is moving a little bit quicker. So the overall impact doesn't change. It just means the timing of the rain has moved up. Does it cut into totals? Kind of hard to say. Probably not, because this was expected to be rain. It would cut into totals if this doesn't change over as quickly as we thought tonight. So if we get to midnight and it hasn't changed over, that's what you watch for to see if the totals go down. If it doesn't change over tonight and it takes till later in the morning, then you start talking about more of our precipitation went to rain and not snow. Remember, this is right on forecast, all this precipitation. The type of precipitation is the thing that is always difficult. Of course, I'll post more updates throughout the morning. Have a great Saturday, everybody.